Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is Game God Fluent, bringing you episode 41 of Let's Play the Spiderweb Software Magnifique CRPG Queen's Wish 2, The Tormentor. And it is going to be an exciting one today, let me tell you. Boom. Oh my goodness, here we are. When regions get angry at you, they will steal resources. If you lose too many resources to support your empire, you will get penalties in battle. Huh, that sounds not too good. Here we are in the High Litha at our fort. I'm not sure what this fort is called, actually. Fort Hailstone. We're on our way eventually to Jajayim. But, we're going to stop in here and start building and stuff and doing whatever upgrades we can get a hold of. Let's check in with the people that run the show. The main hall of Fort Hailstone is run down, typical of a fort neglected and starved of supplies. The buildings and halls are cramped and in need of a good cleaning. The grandeur that Haven uses to intimidate its vassals is entirely absent. Still, it is warm, and there are beds upstairs you can use to rest. The chief is sitting in the hall, keeping warm by the fire. The few Lithans who bother to talk to Haven can come here to give petitions. None are here now. Orders, Prince? Chief Markov. The chief of Fort Hailstone is like the fort itself, old and worn down. He's your standard failed bureaucrat of Haven. He probably made some political mistake 20 years ago and was rewarded for it with a career in the ice. You've learned to recognize the type. He stands and bows to you with a resigned, doomed air. Welcome, Prince, to Fort Hailstone. I am Chief Markov, and I truly appreciate this great honor. I apologize. Apologize for what? The fort is not in good condition. We did our best with the supplies sent up by the governors of the wealthier provinces. The results are not ideal. It's fine. We have all done what we can with the resources we have. He actually smiles. You are more generous than I deserve, Prince. Thank you for being understanding. The High Litha is poor. We have little to offer, but I will help however I can. Tell me about your situation here. It is mostly the same as it has been for all the years I have been here. This is a standard fort for the far edge of our empire. We are poor and ever under threat. We keep the walls up and our soldiers fed. This has always been enough. It may still be, though there have been some disruptions. Why are all of our forts so neglected? I can't speak for the other governors. I don't know what their forts are like. In the High Litha, we are reliant on the supplies and materials the lower governors send. They send little. Why? Well, you should meet the governors, Eato and Yvette. Once you learn about them, their decisions may make more sense. How long have you been here? I have served Haven for 25 years. 20 of them have been here. He spares you from sad tales about his career. In 5 years, I retire with my soldier's pension. I want to feel the warmth of the sun before I die. There have been some disruptions. The High Litha is a land of ghosts. Normally, that is a bit of poetry. Lately, it's been more literal. The tombs and crypts of the mountains have had more dread walking than usual. Dead walking. I don't really worry about it, though. You don't worry about it? It's a standard phenomenon in any vassal that keeps lots of bodies in a magically rich area. These disruptions will happen from time to time. The High Lithans do seem a bit upset, I think. You will find that it is hard to read them. Chief Markov sits with you and plies you with tea and unpleasant snacks. He shares the best of his fort with you, fully aware that it is inadequate. Oh well, at least the fire is warm. Tell me more about the High Litha. Well, it is the largest, poorest, coldest, least populated province of the Rokaj. It occupies the wild, barren peaks of these mountains. The people here are severe and remote. I have been here so long and I've learned too little about them. Maybe that will change. They're much closer now. Are you ever forced to interact with them? Of course, they come to me to settle all sorts of little grievances. The clans up here squabble as much as everyone else. They are just not a demonstrative people. To outsiders, they say the minimum whenever possible. You have learned nothing about them? I have learned the only important thing. Every row sees the High Lithans as the smartest and wisest among them. Lots of respect. To which I ask, if they're so smart and wise, why do they live in this wasteland? He chuckles. Don't tell them I said that. How are they closer now? One of their watchers asked to stay here. Governor Ivana told me to give him quarters upstairs. Tell me more. The High Lithans watch over the row. They help settle the major disputes among their people. To keep track of what is happening, they send out watchers to the provinces. We have one here. Lucky us. He's upstairs. Good luck getting him to talk. I want to rebuild this fort. I want to help. It should get a fresh coat of paint every generation or two. The High Litha doesn't have much wealth, though. A little wood, bad stone. The main thing mined up here is quicksilver. Valuable stuff for trading and for alchemy. Sounds intriguing. Where can I get more quicksilver? Haven owns a claim up here. It's called the Spiral Mine, a good producer of the ore that produces quicksilver. I'd love to put it at your disposal, but it's not been sending product, not for weeks. If you can set them straight, I will happily put all they make at your disposal. The Spiral Mine is an odd name. It comes from a funny little nickname. There's something in its tunnels that plays with the minds of the miners, makes them walk in spirals. Huh. Where is the Spiral Mine? Dug out a mountain to the west, across the river, and across an icy waste. What exactly is wrong there? Honestly, I'm not sure. They sent regular shipments, then they stopped. And you haven't investigated? Of course I have. I send messages. They say everything is fine. I send soldiers to check in. They say everything seems fine. And then no quicksilver ever arrives. I'm hoping the presence of a prince will scare them into fixing their problems. That's all for now, thanks. Curious. Salute. Though this fort seems neglected and poorly supplied from the outside, its armory is filled to bursting with arms and armor. A lot of it is freshly made and oiled, recently set. Someone has been quietly preparing for warfare for some time. Haven Sage. 3 skilled mages of the Havenite army have been stationed in Fort Hailstone. They are happy to chat with you and show off their workshop, but they get quiet and awkward when you ask why they have been stationed here. Eventually, they tell you to talk to Captain Tanya. She is in charge. A magical workshop has been built here. It's a small room that's been crammed in with all the equipment that can fit. It's all new and barely used. The captain of the garrison here is a mage. She is setting up and testing equipment. Its eventual purpose is not clear. This workshop is new. This young mage wears the insignia of captain on her robes. She is pale and thin, like most people in the High Litha, yet she has managed to remain upbeat. Welcome, Prince. It is an honor. She bows deeply. I am Captain Tanya of the Haven Military Sages, consultant to magical engineers. I hope our humble workshop meets with your approval. Tell me about this post, Captain. I don't have much to say yet. I am only a recent transfer. The air and the people are cold, but the land is beautiful, and I have a lot to do. I hope my years in this post pass quickly. How's the weather? Cold, usually dry though, and we get a share of the sun. It will be worse up in Glacier Keep. The upper Litha is pretty miserable, or so I hear. How's the food? It's raw food, dried venison and bitter berries. Sustains life and makes you ready for war. Also, those sour fermented roe drinks, don't ask what they're fermenting in there. Just choke it down. That's my advice. Why did you choose to come here? Wasn't my first choice, of course. I don't like suffering that much. I picked this post as part of a night and day exchange. Night and day? Oh, it's a standard practice. A young soldier takes a 5-year post somewhere lousy. In return, the next 7 years are somewhere nice and easy. 5 years of night, 7 years of day. I'm thinking of going to Sacramentum next. Restless and wild, of course, but lots of good opportunities for the ambitious. Captain Tanya wanders around her newly born workshop, making sure everything is functional and where it should be. She shows off all the equipment she has obtained. Getting good supplies up here, apart from quicksilver, is quite difficult. I'd like to know more about the High Litha. I would too. It would make me a lot less nervous to be up here. There are hard folk to talk to, though. You're likely to learn more. What makes you nervous? When you talk to a Lithan, it's like none of their inner thoughts ever come out. It's like talking to a mask. You can see for yourself. There's a watcher upstairs. A watcher? Some sort of an important Lithan. studies what is going on in the world and reports back to the clans up here. Then they make decisions for all the people just based on what the Watchers say. But I'm not here to judge. The rogue get angry when they feel judged. Why would I be more likely to learn more? Because you're a prince. The High Lithans don't respect much, but they have to respect that, don't they? Plus, there's also the other thing. The other thing? You're half Row, aren't you? Your father is from here. Blood is important to these people. I'm sure they are all thinking about it, even if they say nothing. Any problems lately? Rumors of problems. The Row keep all their tombs up here. Normally, they're just quiet caves full of bones guarded by wild beasts. Lately, though, the spirits walk. Tell me about the spirits. She shrugs. Lots of rumors of shades roaming through old crypts. They have mages called mist talkers. They go and keep the angry spirits under control, get them back into their graves. I'm not sure why the dead are walking and the Row aren't talking. Wild beasts. Any good hunting around here? She thinks about this. Well, we do have a pest. Might make a good trophy for you. A nice drake has been hunting near here. Young, dumb, and arrogant. It's been getting closer and closer to vassal lands. Intriguing. She grins. Thought you'd like the sound of that. It's been hunting in the unsettled wilds due north of here, between here and the river. If you can kill it, I'd pay a bounty. Then I'd send a sage to gather some dried scales. That's all for now, thanks. Interesting. An ice drake. Nothing inside the box. A portal that is sparkling. So we should not let that go. When you approach the mirror, it fills with reddish, turbulent mist. You hear Sutter's voice. Matthew, I've had a report. You have entered the High Litha. He sounds agitated. What is wrong? My list of tasks increased by the day, and I can't possibly keep up. Feel lucky you only have one vassal state to babysit. The High Litha, you entered it? I have. I see. What did you think? I don't have a strong impression yet. You will have one soon. The air is thin and cold up there. It forges the Row, makes them hard. You will have to be very careful. The High Litha contains two great treasures. Two treasures. Quicksilver, that is what they mine and trade to be able to survive up there on that barren, icy rock. But there is a greater treasure, their approval. I could use more Quicksilver. I'm sure you can, but that fluid can be obtained in many places. You'll need to find sources of it in the High Litha, but it is not the most important thing to find. Their approval? The High Litha keeps all the traditions of the Rokaj. When the Row is confused, they turn to the hard people of the High Litha for judgment. They are truly independent in their minds. It is very important for you to stay on their good side. Why does heaven tolerate... how can I make them love us? You can't. They will never, ever love us. The Row is too wild and free for that. Independence will always be the dream of their hearts. You need to keep them from picking up swords. Why does Haven tolerate their independence? They are obedient to us, but their thoughts are free. Haven does not care what our vassals think of us as long as they remain peaceful and obedient. What do I need to do? The High Litha are obedient to our laws. They hold the wildness and independence of the Row as their deep truth, but they tell their people to tolerate us. For now, you need to make sure that doesn't change. You need to check in with our governor. I don't expect any problems there, but you also need to talk to their Rasa. That is the hardest part. You need to... What? What happened? Matthew, I've had news. We need to conclude this. How do I deal with their Rasa? You need to convince him that they have nothing to gain from forcing Haven to crush them. Find him, say nice things. If he submits to you, all of the Row will. Conclude your business there. I need you elsewhere. Sutter's voice fades out. The mist clears. And it's still misty. When you approach the mirror, it fills with red mist. When Delia starts to talk, most people would consider her tone very calm and controlled. You know better. She only pulls out that icy tone when she is very, very angry. My brother, I assume you have heard by now. Rasa Elha, leader of the Gentle Coast, has been assassinated. I heard. This is very bad news. Worse than that, it is an insult. A powerful official, favored and loyal to Haven, incinerated in daylight. This must be answered. First the raids, then the attack on you. Now this. The Row must be pacified. What do we know? This was no alley stabbing. This was a serious attack with the involvement of powerful magic. This was a hired assassination by enemies with considerable power and resources. Who hired the assassin? Completely unknown. However, they are probably the same ones who have been destabilizing the region, including the attack on you. We will send spies and investigators as soon as we can. Who did the killing? We are trying to find out. Unfortunately, it was probably the work of the Geld Naz, the Assassin's Guild of the Rokaj. Bad news if true. The Geld Naz usually only kill those who don't follow the deep truths of the Ro. For them to kill one loyal to us, what effect will this have on the Ro? Delia's composure breaks. Who knows? Nothing good. The Ro are wild people, barely controllable on the best day, and this killing has made us look like fools. Utter fools. And I assume you have advice for me. You hear a sigh. You can picture her shaking her head. You have a mission. Carry it out. Leave. The violence necessary to beat down the Ro doesn't require you to be there. You think they will try to kill me? I think they already have. Prince, I want you to come home. It's just not possible yet. Don't do anything reckless. What should I do? Same as before. You need to finish your business there, approve the governors, pacify the surviving Rossas. Just do it quickly and safely. These assassins are dangerous. They will be hunted down. We have people for that. You don't need to worry about it. If I say I really should be brought home now, can I go and visit? I will do my best to get things under control. I trust you, Matthew. You have come so far, but know your limits. The Queen's orders were very clear. Just do it quickly and safely. I must go now. Urgent briefing. Watch yourself, Matthew. We are worried about you. Her voice fades. Oh, more. When you approach the mirror, you hear your mother's voice. The Queen says, Prince, I will talk to you. We must talk. Her voice seems strange, distant, unfocused. It is strange. Probably a wavering in the enchantment of the mirror. I have had a report. You have regained control of a fourth fort. I'm ready to make a report. Oh, that can wait until later. It is not important. Someone else will take care of it. Mother, are you all right? I am fine. Of course, I just was thinking how you are traveling the Ro alone. Not like before, when you were young, when your father was alive. All of us took a trip to the Rokaj. Diplomacy, I suppose, but also a rare vacation. Do you remember it? I remember some things. Cold mountains, fierce warriors. Yes, they are fierce. You were a difficult child, and I thought the icy air of the Ro would calm you. She giggles. How could I have been so foolish? The Ro never calms anyone. She lets out a long, sad sigh. It is unlike her. I wish I could help you remember that trip. So many things happened. Such as, we all went riding up into the High Litha to see the Mist Talkers, to have them see you. Your brother and sister were so small, but they rode alone. You sat in your father's lap. We rode over the snow. We came to an old crypt. There, an old Mist Talker woman spoke with us. And what did you learn? Oh, she pretended to talk to the shades. Gave us all fortunes. Great fortune. Good health. The standard pat. Did nothing for your father. But then she came to you and she said you were touched. Watched by the spirits. She said you would... Yes? I don't know. I don't remember now. Good work on the fort. We'll talk soon. Her voice fades. Huh. Oh, and it's still lit up. When you approach the mirror, it fills with wisps of mists and agitated sparks of light. The Queen speaks to you. My child, I have contacted you as quickly as I could. The news came to me quickly. Rasa Elha was assassinated in Lascara. She was one of our closest allies in that savage land. Her death is a loss and very worrying. I have heard. Then you must appreciate how dangerous this is. Someone was brave enough, mad enough to kill a leader who supported Haven. This is an attack on us. Not as bad as trying to kill you and Sutter, but it demands a strong response. Who killed Elha? Most likely the Geld Naz, the Assassin's Guild of the Rokaj. That is not the key question. The question is, who hired them? What should I do about the Geld Naz? Nothing. They are an integral part of Rokaj politics, and thus we shouldn't tamper with them without great care. The person who ordered the assassination is our target. What do you know about the assassination? Rasa Elha was killed by an explosion, a magical trap, and a ceremonial gift. She lacked the magical protections I had placed on you. She was charred along with some of her guards. An expensive and highly skilled bit of work. How do we proceed from here? We have given this thought. We must not show weakness. We have agents. Investigations are happening. Armies are being moved. In the meantime, continue your mission as before. Hear the Rasa petitions. Evaluate our governors. Why is the Rokaj fighting us? It is their way. Every vassal has some malcontents. It is the way of the Ro that their rebels be bloodier and more headstrong than most. Perhaps I was a little neglectful, but you are there now. Soon they will have nothing to complain about. I will redouble my efforts to calm the Rokaj. That is wise. Most of the wild folk still welcome the presence of Haven. Completing your mission will calm and reassure them. It is the best thing you can do. Good luck, my child. The mirror turns to normal. Okay, that's it. I wonder how we get back to Haven. Can I tell them to come home and they'll let me go through? The Great Uprising. In Haven year 430, the Rokaj rose up in rebellion against Haven. It is not known why the Ro decided to violate their treaty of vassalage. Whatever event, crime, or bit of resentment caused one of the Ro to pick up a blade is unknown. The result, however, is burned into this land. The first killings of Havenites began in the hills of the Lodaga. Long simmering resentment against Haven's control resulted in violence spreading through the mountains like a fever. Only the gentle coast remained loyal, and that is what saved Haven. The Empire's soldiers and workers, for the few that survived, came to the coast and helped Haven's armies safely land and begin their merciless assault. The resulting war lasted for years, but in the end the Ro were ground down by Haven's disciplined warriors and powerful magic. Since the uprising, the Ro has been a peaceful, productive member of Haven's empire. Only one punishment from the time of the uprising remains. The cities of the Rokaj are not allowed to have walls. Right, we know about that. Let me go ahead and light the smoke. Alright, so let's go ahead and head upstairs. See what's up here. There's our room, our little box. Oh, it's pretty big up here. This is a large storeroom, here to keep rations for long stretches of time. The Hylitha can get snowed in for months. It's wise to keep lots of supplies around. All of the shelves are empty. Odd. Watcher Krenlin. There's an old graying scarecrow of a man sitting alone at this table. Empty shelves loom above him. The guards keep their distance. He's not a Havenite. He is a man of the Hylitha, clad in heavy, worn leather. He doesn't rise to meet you, but he does motion for you to sit with him and have tea. Hello, you are the prince. Your presence is noted. He makes a note on a sheet of parchment. I am Watcher Krenlin. You are from the Hylitha. I am. Born here, serve here. I would like to learn more about the Hylitha. You should, and you will. How am I supposed to do that? By seeing our land, by meeting us. That is the only way to bring justice. You wait for elaboration, none comes. What is a watcher? We are Hylithans honored for our wisdom and clear eyes. We are sent out into the world to watch. Here, I watch you. Why do the Hylithans send out watchers? The Hylithans are honored. We hold the deep truth of the Ro. Watchers find where our people stray from our truth. And why exactly are you watching Haven? It is a troubled time. There is chaos, and Haven has remembered that we exist. I have to watch Haven. What you decide will affect us. Doesn't seem like the Hylithans talk a lot. We don't. Oh. After a moment, Kremlin sighs. We are not as cold as Havenites think. We come together, tell tales, dance, laugh, live human lives. We are slow to trust outsiders. We are most open with our clans and our cousin clans. Can I ask you about something? I watch. I know much. If I can, I will share. I need to talk to your Rasa. Oh, Rasa Sur. Suharum is usually in Jajayim. If he is not there, he is sure to be in one of our other cities. All of the shelves here are empty. Yes, your chief and governor have made many interesting decisions recently. That is all. I wish you a safe visit to the Hylitha and a safe departure. Got a pot here at least with paper. The Hylitha is the highest region of the Rokaj that still sustains a stable population. The folk who survive in the isolated villages of the Hylitha are a quiet, stoic people. Outsiders may even characterize them as grim. Few people live in the Hylitha. Almost all are miners and warriors, defending their peaks and mining quicksilver out of the icy mines. They survive in part from offerings given by the lower provinces. The lands below revere the poor, harsh folk of the Hylitha. These peaks are seen as the keepers of the deep truth of the Ro. When there are disputes among the clans of the hills and coasts, the Rasa of the Hylitha is often called to adjudicate. More important, when the Rokaj is occupied by invaders, which has happened many times, the folk of the Hylitha are often the ones who decide when an uprising is called for. When the support of the Hylitha is lost, the Rokaj turns violent very quickly. Haven mostly leaves the Hylitha alone. Their empire learned early on that there is nothing to be gained in trying to intimidate these folk. Interesting. Not to be trifled with. Okay, let me go ahead and sit up a little more. Kind of. There we go. Alright. Soldier. Locked and you don't have the key. Why don't I have the key to that room? Alright, well, we've met everybody here. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and build a little bit. See what we got to do here. We do have the new Hylithan, Sonya. First thing I'd like to do is probably build a guard tower. Reduces the damage you take in combat. Next, I think apothecary is right off the top. We have to get that. So let's go ahead and get an apothecary. And then let's also get a smithy. We have plenty of stone and iron. Make this a stall. And let's go ahead and put the apothecary here. And let's make this a stall. And put the blacksmith smithy. Awesome. Let's go talk to the apothecary. The alchemist of your fort is waiting for you, surrounded by bubbling pots and bundles of dried herbs. If you want to change the potion stored in one of your flasks, your alchemist can do this. Okay, let's check what potions have been unlocked. The bone flask summons a sapphire skeleton for 6 turns. That's interesting. And a woodskin potion, evasion for 4 turns. Also very interesting. Summons a sapphire skeleton. Yeah, we'll see. Let's see what else we can. We can now get the curse rune, 10% to curse spells. And the cheap shot rune, 5% critical chance, which is always nice. Augments, we can get a lot of them. 4% speed bonus with the Fleetfoot augment. 20% curse resist with the steadfast augment. Plus 3% physical evasion steel turn augment. 3% magical evasion fire turn augment. Wow, very interesting. Okay, now let's go see what the smithy offers. We're not going to have a lot of money to play with now. But, start at the bottom. Helmets. Bronze helm has opened up. Very nice. Comes with a slot. Still just the iron sallet. And the bronze bronze helm. Can anybody... Well, yeah, pretty much everybody can use a bronze helm. Kind of, other than the 5% stun resist. Let's go ahead and check the armor. Ooh. Fine Hauberk is available with 3 augmentation slots. Oh my gosh. Look at that baby. Worth 226. And then there's the steel breastplate. Or no, the iron plate armor. With 2 slots. Worth 202. 20% stun resist. So that's probably the best armor right there thus far. The Fine Hauberk. Huh. Very cool. Arcane Weaponry. Oh. Crystallized Venom. Venom Blade hits a critical and poison for 2 turns, 50%. Wow. That does pretty good damage as well with 2 slots. Tier 2 arcane gear. You know what? Why doesn't... Oh, 10% speed bonus. This is a speed penalty. He's better off with what he has, really. And she's got the wand. Okay, and finally weapon. Folded steel dagger. 10% speed bonus, 2 empty slots. The steel broadblade with 3 slots. That's why we shouldn't have bought that iron broadblade, I feel. Oh well. Folded steel glaive. 2 empty slots. I wish I wouldn't have bought that iron broadblade. That's 179 gold we could have saved. Because now she's just going to go and buy the steel broadblade. Get 3 slots. But anyway, that's enough for the smithy. Let's see what else we can build. Guess we should go ahead and build a... you know what? Let's build some of these price reducing things. Let's build a mill. Let's go place the mill. Up here. Cool buildings. Very good. It's working with great efficiency. Should probably go ahead and get a bakery. We can get a distillery. Reduces all store prices by 4%. 3% chance drinking a potion does not drain a charge. Yeah, let's go ahead and build a distillery here. We'll put that right here, I guess. It's only our second distillery. Inspect the distillery. It's bubbling and hissing as intended, making hooch. The brewer is trying to make drinks suitable to your refined palate. Have a drink. The brewer nervously proffers a sample. It goes down rough and makes your eyes water, but it will do the job. With more resources, your brewers might be able to do better in the future. That is all. Brewer meals. That's a very good upgrade. Let's see what else. We've only got 2 left. Well, we're going to have to go and capture that mine that they told us about. For right now... The weaving room will double our pack size, so let's get the weaving room. And place it... Well, there's weaving room and carpenter left, right? Yeah. So let's put the weaving room here. Let's check them out. Bigger backpack. Boom. Gloves. Still the same gloves. Cowl. Still the same caster's hood. New robe. Oh, the healer's raiment. 15% to healing spells. And +2 to magical damage of the War Mage's raiment. So I actually think he should definitely switch out this blessing spell and make it healing. So I think we should go to the healer's raiment as soon as I can and transfer those 2 runes over. Or just one of the runes, the +4 physical armor. Then we'll get a +20% blessing to make up for it. Alright, very cool. And finally, let's go ahead and add a carpenter. See what they can offer. Staves. Ooh, enchanted staff. With 2 slots. Slowed for 2 turns instead of weakness. That's pretty interesting. And a very nice damage upgrade. Wow. 7 to 7 damage. Plus we'll put +1 to magical damage and who knows what else. Yeah, that's a nice upgrade. Wands. U-wand. Not really interested in that. Shields. Oh. We have the wood tower shield. How about the steel buckler? 2 slots, 6 to 3. But does not have the speed penalty. Only absorbs 60% too. We'll see what we do there. I might take that over the speed penalty. Finally, bows. Ash longbow. Wow. That's a nice upgrade of 3 to 3 over the longbow. Very nice. 121. Alright, so we have a free building up here. We can make that the barracks. There's already a sign out front. Go ahead and buy a... Oh, I have one more building I could buy right now. More damage in combat, or... and reduces theft. Yeah, we're gonna have to go with that. Oh no, I have more money, wait. Barracks. How are things going in this region? It's reasonably secure, robberies will be rare. Sit and trade tales. That you've built a distillery for your troops makes things much more cheery. You notice, however, subtle signs of lack of respect. It's as if your soldiers think you are too soft. Not that they would ever say it to your face, that is all. Huh. Yeah, you're gonna get that with the way I lead. You're gonna have soldiers saying that. And finally, let's go ahead and buy the what is it now? The bakery. We can still do it. Perfect. Bakery. Checking on things. Have some bread. You're offered soft white bread with a satisfying crunchy crust. Not bad. The baker is thrilled you tolerate it. Have a pastry. Cool. Same stuff. But very good. And our prices are lower now. And finally, we have one pop here. We could go ahead and upgrade the fort and set it to a production of something. So, I think we'll F3 here. See how long we've been playing. Feels like a while. 39 minutes, yeah, right on 40. Next time we'll go ahead and make that evaluation of upgrading the fort. We will probably do it and then figure out which of the 3 production types we'd like to give it and go from there. And then we'll go hunt down more Quicksilver, so when we get a new fort, I'll be able to build another apothecary right away and stuff like that. But we'll explore the High Litha more next time, guys. Hope you enjoyed and are enjoying the LP. Thank you for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Litha person says, "We are the roll. We are the roll. We are the children." Alright, guys. Much love, peace, and joy. Mucho love from me. Having a blast here. See you in the next episode. Peace out.